All right, we're here with some of the pieces that are going to go together to reassemble the big gray Vornado. And check this out. I don't think I left enough wire here. I had tried to. I left a good extra 6 inches, but that got adjusted when I had to refigure how I was wiring the base. And so now I'm not really sure I'm going to have enough cord here. This also isn't really fitting right. A little worried about that. And this modern cord is so thick that I think what I'm going to have a lot of trouble with is it fitting. One of the things it has to do is it has to fit in between the ring and the motor. Like that, right? So I don't know, man. We're going to have to see. I might be rewiring all of this, and I might have to rethink the kind of wire I used. This doesn't even seem to want to fit in here where it's supposed to go. Well, we have a tapered side and a not tapered side. Yeah, so this seems to go like this. There's a weird little metal thing. I don't know what. This is an odd little setup. Anyway, there's a metal thing in there that keeps the cord on one side or the other. It was strange. I never noticed that before. And then if we look at this, if that's as far in as that goes, and it seems to be, then I didn't leave enough cord. And that's partially because it got rerouted through this way a little longer. So I have a feeling that I'm going to have to redo that. Today I'm going to try to get this in there and see what kind of space we have, because this might be the wrong kind of cord. It's too thick, I think. And this might not fit in between the motor and the housing. Let's see what we got. So here's the motor mount housing, the ring. You can see 2 of the rubber deals are still in here. The other ones fell out. Yeah, there we go. That's great. Thanks, buddy. So I pull those out of there. As you can see, I drew an arrow so I would know which way it goes, and it does, and it has to, so that the open side can go where everything goes, right? So that's the deal. Let's see. You could see that it was painted the gray both times with the back cover on, telling us maybe this wasn't disassembled, you know? And the other thing we also notice is that these are the ones that came out, and look how compressed that is, which gives me the impression that these are going to be pretty difficult to get in there. They might be a different kind of, they're a bit of a different shape anyway. So let's find out. We're going to try to put those, I'm going to try to get them all in here and push it over the motor. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Let's see. Okay, my arms are probably going to be in the way, and that's okay. I guess my thought was we stand the motor up like this, and then we try to go around it. And if we're not doing this the final time, I'm really just doing this to see how bad this is going to be. And so we need to get our bumpers this way. They don't want to stay on. I could always, I don't know, there's got to be a way, but let's see. Can't see very well. But yeah, I don't know how to get these to stay in other than tying them or something. Yeah, we're not really doing this right because the oil port is here. So we need this here, right? So that the oil port is on top. Slide it. We're starting to make headway. Now what I don't want to do is lose all these guys. Sorry about my head hitting the camera, or rather the phone. Just trying, and we want to keep an eye on our holes, our screw holes, where the metal, the screws that go through the rubber bumpers are going to have to go through there. And what I found, if you get the grommet angled in towards the motor, it makes it want to get on there. This is still going to be quite difficult. All right, we're about this far on. with the grommets and the housing. And again, this is gonna have to go together when this is all ready, and I'm not really sure we're ready. But you know, it's crazy. It almost seems like you really need to put this together. I'm worried about getting the cord. The cord will fit through there, I think. Let's find out if it's the decent length. Let's find out. Will this fit through there? Luckily we have some right here. If we're saying we need to go through there, does it fit between the motor and the... Not really. Look at that. We're in trouble, guys. That does not really fit. We could force it through. Maybe I just need to get a huge giant piece of this all together and then wire it later. Jeez, I don't know, man. But this wire that I bought for power cords is a little too thick for this. I have some other wire, but I don't think it's the right gauge. I mean, what are we doing here, man? But that doesn't want to fit through there. Now, we don't have this all the way on. Maybe it's a little off to one side. How about over here? Yeah, it doesn't want to fit through there, really. I mean, we could force it through. Yeah. And then once we start tightening this down, I don't know. We'll see, man. We're going to have to see. Other thing I'm noticing, we're not all the way down over the motor yet. We're still kind of on the corner, but these aren't exactly centering themselves either. So who knows? That's a little decent. And it's close, but I'm a little offset of the hole, and if we don't get that lined up with that, that's not going to be easy to screw in. So yeah, we got problems here with the base, with the motor in this housing. We're going to have to see how this goes. Yeah, I knew this would be a lot of work, but this one is a pain in the ass. So anyway, let's see here. All right, guys, the case is in the ring, or the ring fan is in, the motor's in the ring, and it's pretty close to the holes. These grommet guys aren't really sitting in exactly flat. Some of them are a little messed, but I'm not that worried about it because it's in there, rubber to rubber. So we got our open side, and then here, and then the everything's on top where it belongs, the oilers rather. So I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that to go through there, and this is why, I guess, why they generally, when you see these, they're haphazardly rewired, not the factory way. And I think that's because, yeah, look at this. Look at how this went. This didn't go great. So I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to, I think this all has to be done together. I think I'm going to have to put this all together and put the motor in last. It's probably how they did it at the factory. They ran the wiring all the way through, you know, and then put the motor in and hopefully get the motor on. But again, this isn't really fitting. The original wire was thinner, as you could see, the type of wire they used. So maybe I'm definitely using a wire that's twice as big as it needs to be. Now, the modern wires use more plastic, but I wonder if I'm using the wrong gauge too. Jesus, man, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this, and what I should do next. I'm going to take the motor out of here for now because I don't think I can do that. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah. Even if it was, there's no way I'm going to be able to snake that wire through here. You'd drive yourself crazy trying to get that done. So, got a lot of thinking to do. I'm going to take this out of here and hopefully, but at least it slid on. I was really worried about these grommets, but we were able to get it together. So that's a start. So let me know your thoughts on reassembly. Should I put the whole thing together and then push the motor through? It looks like that's what I'm going to have to do. And then your thoughts on the wire. What should I be, I mean, looks like my only choice is to rewire this, find a thinner wire for the head wire so that it'll go into the places it's supposed to go into. So that's kind of the deal. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to put this up. I still have more about the grommets. For the feet were a huge pain in the butt. I have a piece on that. You'll see that was really a lot of trouble getting those in, and they're not really even that good yet. So yeah, that's where we are. Let me know your thoughts. Should I put the motor in last? Should I get this all together? Kind of looks like that's what I have to do. And the wire size. Let me know your thoughts on all this, because this is kind of troublesome. All right.